a little bit more. Okay, 8.6. Let's see. I'm doing one. Why did I only do one? Oh, I only did one on the 1 through 6 part because for vectors and components and lengths, it is just a distance formula. It is the square root of the first component squared plus the second component squared. That is just the Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus b squared equals c squared. Solving for c, take the square root. I did one. You guys have done that a lot. You've done the Pythagorean theorem a lot. You have done the distance formula a lot. You've done square roots. I did one. Let's see. We did length. We did magnitude. 8 is somewhat similar. I wrote skip on that. Okay, 9, vector addition. When you have component setups, you can add just like these are just sets of points. You cannot add XY coordinates like this. It doesn't really work, but you can vectors. Like the first part of this vector in number 9 is 5 and the second part's a -2. If I want to add it to the other one, it's just 5 plus -1, which gives you 4. -2 plus -3 gives you -5. That's it. And you do use the little pointy ends. Don't use parentheses. Don't use curly brackets. Those little pointy ends mean that you're vectors. That means you're living in physics. Other than that, everything in here is very similar to algebra. In fact, it's almost easier than some of the algebra you were asked to do. The two little lines, the absolute value, there's a formula for that. I looked it up. I did it straight up, exactly the way it said to do it, which is pretty much the distance formula. I subtracted. I did any combination they asked me to. Order of operations is the same. Those rules that you have used, I know it seems like they change, but they never change. Order of operations never changes. Never divide by 0. Always treat it, but there's only 3 or 4 rules in math, and they are the same all the time. The difference is the language and the way it looks and everything keeps changing, but those rules are still the same. It's just like the traffic laws. You haven't changed countries. You still have all the same laws you had before. I did all these. I had one out of order. I did the dot products. I did, all the dot products. I think I might have loaded this in 2 sets of notes. I might have fixed that too because I don't think there was any reason for it. But that last part of vector, addition, dot product, subtraction, all that, just mechanics, just algebra. Don't make this too hard.